All right, we are back live here at Impact Gaming Center. I am Les Alex, and we are here for round 5 of 6 in our Pioneer 1K RCQ. We have Ben B on Izzet Phoenix, and we have Nick G on Mono Black Control. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Both of these players are 3-1. We appreciate all the viewers today and all of the followers. And yeah, if you're watching after the fact though on YouTube, head on over to Twitch. We stream every single Friday night. It's a ton of fun, and of course, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff on YouTube. And we are off to the races here, and Ben gonna play a Ledger Shredder off his Lava Glide and his basic island fastback. I need to zoom out just a hair so we can. Oh no, the life total. All right, Bankbuster for Nick, and I'm gonna fix that life total. I'll be right back. Alrighty, there we go. Got that problem solved. That's what we do. Solve problems. Alright. Alrighty. Liliana the Veil gonna make Ledger Shredder get sacrificed, unfortunately, for Ben. Both these players, real good players. Nick plays almost every single Monday up here at Impact. We play Pioneer on Mondays. That's why that's relevant. But Ben, one of our team members here at Impact, and he's fighting for top 8, as is Nick. Sunken Citadel. I spoke to Nick earlier in the day, and he said he just wanted to avoid Izzet Phoenix. So let's see if his concerns are warranted. This matchup will let us know. Got a Phoenix in hand for Ben. Passes back. Not a hot start for Ben here. Field of Ruin into Aquazats. Flying Lifelink. Whenever it attacks each opponent, and it flips. Yep, there's a million words on that card. I'm going to get it on screen for you. That's why I'm taking my time here. There it is. So, Treasure Cruise is going to be pretty good against Nick. Whenever an opponent discards a land card, create a 1/1, and whenever Ecclesatz dies, return it to the battlefield. Transformed. Tapped and transformed. It turns into the Temple of the Dead. Such a brutal name. So yeah, that's Ecclesatz. Alrighty. So Ben refills his hand, but that's about it. Nick. I'm gonna uptick the Liliana, plays a swamp. Nick gets rid of Guy Reach Sanitarium, Phoenix for Ben. So, like, kind of helps spin. Gonna fire out Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Will let him exile any card in his graveyard. In Ben's graveyard. And Phoenix gonna go bye-bye. Aquazot's, that's 7. Put this back on. So Ben gonna discard a Phoenix. And then drop to 12. We'll flip-flop of the life total there. Alright, we'll get Aquazot's off the battlefield. Top tier. Gonna draw it. To consider that Ben drew. So I believe a bird will be coming to the battlefield this turn. Alrighty. Lightning Axe. Ditch the bird. Take down Aquazot. It will flip and be tapped. Bird's coming back. I'm sure one of them is going to probably kill Liliana. And the other's probably heading towards Nick's face, if I had to guess. Shieldred's Edict. Spell Pierce. That will do. Down 18. Goes Nick. Hard to get rid of this Aquazot's for good. Castle Lockdwayne. Another Liliana in hand. So Bankbuster going to draw some cards here. And there's Lily. That will resolve. To the dismay of Ben. He shakes his head and says, sure. So I assume... sacking a creature? He's gonna click it up. He's gonna tick it up. And there's another bird. Sheesh. Yeah, I see why this is a bad matchup for Nick. You don't really want your Phoenix opponent discarding this many cards. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. Yeah, it's got to attack then. Don't know if that's exactly what he asked him, but we just going both at Liliana. Got it. Imagine you probably want to get Liliana off the battle as quick as possible. And seeing that Nick is at 18, worry about that life total later, maybe. Yep. So Lily gonna hit the bin. Not bin B, but the graveyard. And Nick gonna draw a card. He's got a waste knot, I think, is what he drew. Just in time, right? All right, here comes the pilot. And the treasure. I believe it's a treasure. I love the mismatched swamps. Ultimate full tilt factor. When in doubt, you got to tilt them out, right? All right, here we go. This is waste knot. Let's go ahead and get waste knot up on the board. Look at this technology we got. Whenever an opponent discards a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. When an opponent discards land, make 2 black mana. And whenever an opponent discards a non-creature, non-land card, draw a card. Yep. So Fiery Impulse, before the attack is declared, again, take down and protect Bin's bird. Sleight of hand. Was that a treasure cruise that I saw? It was. Holy smokes, this is going to be a big one. Yep, 1 mana treasure cruise. Draw 3 cards. Fair and balanced magic. That's why this deck is so good. That's why this Izzet Phoenix deck is so good. Treasure cruise. Are we getting another bird here? Riverglide Pathway. Birdie Inbound. Getcha. 3/6/9. Down to 9. And Nick will take his turn. Shieldred the Apocalypse. Notably does not fly, so draw a card, discard a card, so Nick will drain Bin and gain 2 himself. Both at 11. Both discard lands. So Nick has 2 black floating from the waste knot, I believe. That's how that works. All right, well, here is a go for the throat. This destroys a non-artifact creature. which means a bird's gonna hit the graveyard. Ben might have enough to get it back, though. Ben just gonna drop to 7. And draws a card. I think that's a Galvadic iteration that Ben just drew. Sleight of hand. Notably, Ben is not drawing here. It says look at the top 2, put one of them in your hand, one at the bottom. So it is not a draw. It does not trigger Shieldred. Shieldred, though, is a thorn in Ben's side. Fiery Impulse going to take care of the pilot. Ben kind of not in a position to attack here. And Nick's going to draw and gain 2 life. Goes to 13. Getting pretty close here, Nick. Pretty close to it. Just forcing your opponent to draw out of this game. And Shieldred doing some work here. Up to 15, down to 3. Riverglide Pathway and Swamp, respectively, the cards that are... Oh, and here's a Shieldred's Edict. Ben, not looking too good for you, bud. You will sack a bird. Is it Aklazot's time? Oh, we're Castle Lock waning. So, draw a card, lose life equal to the amount of cards in your hand. So, do we have a way to make Ben draw a card? Let's see. Let's consult the deck list. I do have deck list this round. Gonna crack a clue. All right. Yeah, it's gonna do it. Nick gonna take game number 1. Maybe steals game number 1. But Nick told me this was not a great matchup for him, so maybe stealing a game 1. Alrighty, so both players fighting here for their top 8 life. Both players needing wins. There may be an X2 that makes it in, but you don't want to be that person that is relying on breakers or relying on the tournament gods to get you into top 8, because all $1,000 in cash is going to go to the top 8. Of course, the promos, and top 8 gets to fight for the right to go to the RC And of course, I get some sweet promos. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us here on Twitch. I'm Les Alex. I make content about Magic the Gathering. You can go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Selfless, shameless plug right there. But also, if you are watching on Twitch, we appreciate you. Make sure you follow. We stream every single Friday, unless there's a pre-release or a power outage like there was several weeks ago. That was brutal. But yeah, make sure you hit that follow button if you're watching on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. And head on over to Twitch and follow us. Additionally, we just became affiliates here on Twitch, so you can subscribe to us. Give us some of those Bezos bucks. We've got, obviously, the rest of this match, and then next round, and then we will start our elimination rounds. We've got top 8, because there's 38 players here today for our Pioneer 1K RCQ. Both these players, though, have sideboards. So let's take a look at these sideboards. For Nick here, we have Ashiok Dreamrender, 1000% coming in. Cut Down, Duress, Graveyard Trespasser, Invoke Despair, Knight of Dust Shadow, Path to Peril, and Reckner Bank Buster. Ashiok, without a doubt, coming in. I could see Cut Down. I could see Duress. Graveyard Trespasser seems fine as well. I've never piloted this mono black deck, so don't know exactly how you sideboard. But Ashiok's a slam dunk. And Graveyard Trespasser also seems strong. Moving on over to Ben. We've got Brazen Borrower, Crackling Drake, Young Pyromancer, Ether Gus, Mystical Dispute, Negate. Negate seems pretty good. Anger of the Gods, Prof's Memory, and then Ashiok. Both players have cards in their hands, so let's get down. Definitely Negate. I could see an argument bringing in more creatures, but yeah, looks like Nick is going to take a mulligan. Ben seems satisfied with his 7, and Ben will be on the play. So let's see how the rest of these games go. Nick not just judging by body language. Yeah, he's going to mulligan. Yeah, I mean, if you're sitting in Ben's position, it's a part of the game, right? Every card they go down is just percentage points that get added to your side. So it is unfortunate, but it happens. It's part of the game. Do you go below 5? Well, it looks like Nick is not going to do that. Looks like he's figuring out what cards he wants to keep. Good thing is he's on the draw, so he gets one of those back. Land go for both players. All of Storm Giants. Sleight of Hand. Picklock Prankster, I believe, and a land. I'm going to take the land, I believe. Yep. Takes the fast land and passes back to Nick. Opt. Downtown. Draws a basic island, I believe. Lightning Axe to draw. Pass back. Been off to a relatively slow start yet again here. Nick plays a swamp that you can't even see. It's one of those oil slicks. Three mana. Go blank. Spell Pierce. No thank you. I do not want to discard and exile my entire graveyard. Yeah, go blank main deck for this mono black control deck. We're just hard casting birds. Take 3 down to 17 goes Nick. Castle Lockdwain. Pass back. All right, here we go. This is might be a crucial turn here for Ben. There's Prof's Memory. It's a draw card. Picklock Prankster, the pickup. And that puts a counter on the bird. Bird is the word. Down to 13. I imagine this bird is not going to go the distance. Like, Nick's deck is just a bunch of removal spells. Can't, however, make out what is in Nick's hand. Chad, if you know, let me know, because there's 4 mana. We're going to fire up. Gonna hit Spell Pierce, down to 17 goes Ben. Picklock Prankster going to do its thing. Gonna grab a Consider. Ooh, Treasure Cruise, that's a good one. Consider. Keeping track of how many spells he's casted this turn. And Ledger Shredder. Another bird. And that'll put a +1 counter on the Phoenix. Down to 8 goes Nick. Quite surprised Nick hasn't found a piece of removal for this. Three Shieldred's Edict and 1 Go for the Throat. He has 4 Fatal Pushes as well. But obviously that doesn't kill the bird in the current state. Lightning Axe, discarding Lightning Axe. So that'll take that down. Fatal Push, that will take care of a Phoenix. Now that Revolt has been triggered. And he drew a bird. I think we're going to get to draw some cards here. Yep, Treasure Cruise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Treasure Cruise is busted. That's going to put 3 +1 counters on this Shredder. And we'll connive here. Discard a birdie. Nick shakes his head. That'll be 4. That's 2 spells. Gonna put it all on Ledger Shredder and attack for 6 here. Down to 2. Don't even need them birdies. Extinction Event would be a good out here. I'm not sure if Ben has a removal spell. It didn't matter, or a counter spell is what I meant to say. Doesn't matter though. Nick gonna scoop it up. We get to go to game 3. So fun for us. Stressful for these two. Scratching and clawing for a top 8 spot here, both of these players. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with us today. We are heading on over to game 3. Nick will be on the play. Not a great start for Ben there, but that shows you the power of this Izzet Phoenix deck. Just, especially that Prof's memory card is just, whew, very good, very good. Both players shuffling here. Let's get back down to it. Alrighty. I do want to say thank you for all the follows today. I do appreciate you. And the subscribers that we got earlier here on Twitch. Ben get a mulligan. On the draw, though. So mulliganing once on the draw is not the worst. It's not great, especially when you're playing against a deck that is built to make you thoughtsies things and, you know, has Waste Not in its deck. Alrighty. Let's see what kind of start Nick has. See if Ben keeps, actually. Based on body language, I would say Ben's probably going to keep this, but not too thrilled about it. All right. Ooh, and Nick's going to lead with the duress. Pretty good. He's actually going to whiff, which is pretty funny, but two Phoenixes, Ledger Shredder, and what was that? Young Pyromancer. All right. I assume we're going to get Peasy or Sheezy. Okay, pass it back over to Nick. We're going to get a Fatal Push. And Nick going to play Gyro Reach Sanitarium and Waste Not. There it is. And Nick start rolling with that Waste Not. Nick just, or Ben rather, just drew another Phoenix, I think. All right. All Storm Giants pass back. Nick draws Fatal Push. Draw discard. Gonna be able to discard a bird. A Phoenix, rather. I guess there are multiple birds in this deck. If he does that, Nick will get a 2/2 zombie. Been saying, I'm not going to play Revealed anymore. Which is totally within his right. Nick trying to decide what we want to discard here. Alright, Fatal Push and Arclight Phoenix. And Nick creates a zombie. Alright, back to Ben. Thought about casting a cantrip there. Realizes maybe, oh, I can just make a bird. Get to bashing. Well, he will make a bird. Not the one I thought, but... Sleight of hand, he's going to connive first. Draw a card, discard. Ooh, he drew a good one. Put +1/+1 counter. Nick will make a zombie. However, these zombies might be inconsequential if Ben can muster up an army in the air. And he drew another Phoenix here. And pass back to Nick. Plays a swamp. Plays a graveyard trespasser. And I got graveyard trespasser queued up for you folks. There it is. It has ward, discard a card. It is a 3/3 whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one target card from a graveyard. They will lose a life and gain a life. Not too shabby. And then it flips into Graveyard Glutton. Exile up to 2 target cards in graveyards with the same abilities. Not too shabby. So obviously, getting a bird. Attacks for 4. We'll block one of them. We'll take 2. End of the turn. Consider. Lightning Axe, the pickup. Yeah, that thing's not transforming quite yet. That would be nuts. Didn't get a good look at what Ben drew. He's showing us his hand, but it's kind of hard for some of these cards. The glare is real. So we're going to Lightning Axe, targeting Graveyard Trespasser. Birds to the Ben. Picklock Prankster. Oh, it's Brazen Borrower. Sorry. Yeah. Bounce Waste Not back to the hand. Pretty darn good. Borrower will go on an adventure. We connived. And just get in there for 3. And yeah, that's Cling to Dust. So back to 21 goes Nick. Oh, go blank. Pretty good. Oh, and there goes his... Oh, shoot. That is big game for Nick. Or, yeah, for Nick, rather. There is a consider. Put that straight to the bin. All the birdies. Well, all the Arclight Phoenixes are now gone. And Nick can start to march forward at a nice, healthy 18 life. Gonna cling to dust again. Or, no, he was just... Yeah, no. And there is She-Holdred. Alrighty, so Shieldred is inbound. We have passed back. We have casted Borrower. We are opting. Somebody's slamming really hard into the rig. Love to see it. You'll love to see it. All right. Bottom that. Gotta get my life totals correct. Down to 9 has been. Remember, this is game 3 here. Ben did mulligan, but it's been an interesting game. Attack for 3. Down to 15 goes Nick. Up to 17 goes Nick. Aklazats. And pass back. Goes to 7. Opt. It's rough because you have to keep drawing if you're in Ben's position, which obviously this Shieldred's just doing work, carving you up. The gate's not going to do anything. Ben's going to extend the hand. Always this good sportsman. Nick going to take it, going to improve to 4-1 and is still fighting for a top 8. Ben, obviously, potentially could still get in at X2, but it will be trickier. So Nick G on mono black control, taking down Ben B in with Izzet Phoenix, 2-1. I'm Les Alex. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching live on Twitch, we appreciate you. Head on over to our YouTube channel where you have more content like this. You can subscribe over there. We will have another round, the 6th and final round of Swiss, and then we will have cut to top 8. So don't go anywhere. We have more live Paper Magic the Gathering action for Pioneer. $1,000 on the line for all these players today. Of course, getting to go to the RC is huge. And, of course, the promo. I'm Les Alex. We will be right back on the other side of this ad break. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you on the flippy flop.